I sold some positions in ETH at a loss to buy back in at a lower price. As a new investor, is this a mistake or reasonable action? This is the thing you need to be very, very careful about making sort of short-term plays, is what is the long-term impact of those short-term trades. Generally, I would say, well, the approach I tend to take with regards to short-term plays like that is I look to maybe get out of more inflated cryptos and invest in the ones that have higher potential when I feel that certain cryptos have reached somewhat of a peak, or there's maybe more opportunity in a different crypto. A good example of this is what I did with Cardano recently. I liquidated a very large amount of my Cardano position because I feel it's somewhat at a ceiling compared to where I could be investing elsewhere. Polkadot is a amazing example of this. I feel like I'm a stuck record, especially when I stream, because I never stop speaking about Polkadot and basic attention token, but I'm going to steer away from BAT for once. Right now, DOT for me is very, very undervalued, and I took a lot of my own personal crypto. I liquidated out of Cardano and I shifted that into Polkadot, as well as Atom. So those were the two big plays that I made, just in terms of being transparent with you guys. But what I was able to do is liquidate a large portion of my Cardano a few months ago. I think it was about it was around the top. So where was it? I liquidated, I think it was about 1.9. Where was it? So I closed out at about 2.37, it looks like, is around, or 2.36 is around about the price I closed all my ADA positions, and then reopened some at a later stage when I did feel that it was a little bit more even. So we closed out technically around about here for majority of the positions. And main reason for that is I think there's better opportunities. I probably would have closed out more if those opportunities were on eToro, but unfortunately they're not. So I wasn't able to do that. And I think in terms of the current exposure, I'm happy with $1,000, or what is that in terms of the portfolio. Let's bring up the calculator. Why is it doing that? There we go. So bringing up the calculator quick, that is 1,000 divided by around 30, or that should be the same. So it's about 3% of the portfolio. So to sort of come back to your initial question, Billy, as long as you sort of liquidate and if you've got a long-term sense of crypto, I would say if you're going to liquidate in Ethereum, it would be to diversify into other crypto that you think is going to increase by more in the long term. You got to sort of balance up risk in this as well. As Ethereum's like literally number 2, you got to be careful, because anything you invest in lower than Ethereum is going to be higher risk. Just because Ethereum has been around since a very, very long time. It's one of the early cryptos. So I'd say be careful of liquidating, say, all positions, especially if you are if you have a very positive long-term outlook. So personally, I would not have done that, but that's not to say it's not the best move for you to make. Two completely different things that I do just want you to keep in mind. But no, I would not have essentially gotten out of Ethereum. I think Ethereum is one of the more underrated long-term projects that is relatively low risk in crypto.